Alright, hello everyone. Nice to see you guys. A few of you are here already. Alright, I'm going to start out with the WZ132 here. I just looked down at the clock and I'm like, shit, it's 7 o'clock. I was just trying to do something else on the other screen in a second. But, gonna start out with the WZ, of course. I got the Emil 2, Panther 2 for requests. If anyone has any other requests, I'll gladly get to them. Hopefully I can, churn out the requests tonight. Always try to complete them all. Last stream I barely got them. I just won't be able to go any later than 9 o'clock tonight for the stream. Unlike yesterday, I was able to go a little bit past, 12. I got up at 4 a.m. today, so can't exactly stay up for, it's my day off, and yeah. Can't exactly stay up too late because of that. I'm a little tired. Hopefully everyone's having a decent day though. Alright, there's not many people heading this way. I guess I'm just gonna scout and run away. It's freaking hot as hell out here in New Jersey. Just trying to do some yard work and it was just, oh lord. It was just miserable. It should not be 80 plus degrees outside this time of year with a shit ton of humidity. Which awesome, they are just bum rushing me here. Gotta love it. I'm just gonna auto aim for a second. Try to see if I can run away. It's just like, yep, there goes most of my HP. But usually this side's weaker at this flank, but you still can't just leave it open. Because the enemy, if they get to this little like ridge line here, it's pretty hard to defend it. But not my problem anymore, so. Oh, I know, Carl. I'm pretty much always tired for my night streams. It's just goes with my work schedule, unfortunately. Day streams, though, I'm always wide awake. Which, just, I'm going to mention it a few times, but I won't be streaming this Sunday. I'll be streaming Saturday instead. I'm going to start at 7, like usual for night streams. And I'm going to go, 9, 10 o'clock. I'm going to try to make it a little bit longer. And then, not to jinx myself, but Wednesday's stream coming up too, I'm not going to cancel it, it just might be a little bit earlier. It might start an hour earlier. I might have to go to a meeting for the restaurant again. That's about 2 hours away, so, yeah. Hello, everyone that just popped in the chat. I can play the Speed Demon. Unfortunately, I don't have the AMX CDC. Let's see, there's that. I don't know why this Panther's running away. It's like I guess I'll try to help over here, but. Yeah, there's this RU that's behind me. Oh, God. I barely got behind there. It's not really helping that, we just ran away from the RU, and he pretty much has free reign of the center here, because there's nobody countering him now. A little hard for me to do it when he can one-shot me. There's the T-49 that's behind me. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff happening here. This Comet is probably gonna get me, if not this RU. Oh well. Unfortunately, I lost way too much of my HP in the beginning, and I don't know why it took us so long in the Southwest, but it happens. So. Alright, so let me get these requests down. But let me get into the Emil 2 here. Congratulations, Randall. Hello, D-Pan. Yeah, I've been for half the day here from like 7 a.m. until 3 something. I've been, or not now, but I'm done it. Basically slow roasting a brisket for Sunday for Brian's graduation. So been cooking pretty much my whole day off here while also gardening and dealing with a probably now exhausted dog here. That's pretty interesting, Dengas. It's the marvels of technology that you can watch someone streaming from a truck. You know. Which is weird. My friends list was working. It's working again, but I clicked on it a little bit after logging on to tanks, and it broke, and then like a minute later it reloaded. I'm like, not this again. Which you're seeing a lot of Chrysler Grand Final, Chrysler Ks, whatever how you want to call them, out now. Basically, I feel really bad for the T32 because it has the same gun as the T32, but it actually has more DPM than it, and I think a pinch better accuracy as well. But more or less, it doesn't have any weak spots on the front. For tier 6 tanks, tier 7s, and even 8s. The lower plate I think is like 212 for effectiveness. So just chuck gold at it. Honestly, it's kind of like the Object 252. You just gotta say screw it and throw whatever you have at it. Which unfortunately for us, my team went down here and I couldn't push because nobody else was gonna move up here. And I guess kind of stinks because we have no arty, and map positioning is very crucial. I guess I'm gonna try to slot over a little bit, but unfortunately we're losing the city. But pretty much just shoot the lower plate. The cupola is not a weak spot. It's like 230 to 50 plus effectiveness. The front of the turret's not a weak spot. The whole, it's the rest of the tank though. The sides and rear are pretty weak, but it's just a little silly as far as the armor scheme. But that's really the only gimmick it has. But that it sees tier 10s. You can't rely on armor if you're seeing a lot of 9s and 10s. So, hello Armas, nice to see you, and Rick. Really wish someone would come right in front of me here, but I might get hit. Yep, we just lost the entire town. Like, not even some of it. The whole goddamn thing. Pretty much game over now. There's nothing that we can do. But I wanted to push out on this side, at least up to that rock, but they got the jump on us and I couldn't go anywhere. So yeah, the Chrysler K, really it's just the frontal armor. It's good, but the lower plate is weak enough to where 8 through 10 can pen it, and the gun, no gun depression really on the tank, and it's a little bit better than the T32's gun, but to me it doesn't make up for the rear turret, no gun depression, weak side and rear, slow speed. It's pretty much just all frontal armor, which unfortunately we're about to see here. Alright, you can... he angled. I was like, he over-angled there. And then he corrected that. I just got whacked by a T30. 50B, it honestly doesn't matter. We lost. Which, I don't... You know, at least he's quick. If I was him, I would have went over to the town. If I thought this slow Emil 2 could get to the town and help, I would have. It was too late by the time the town was already behind. So... Yeah, unfortunately I chose the wrong flank in the meal. I went to the one that's best for the meal too, but yeah, my team just got crushed there. Alright, so I got a Panther 2 request up here next. I can't wait to go to sleep tonight. Usually today I sleep till like 10 a.m., 9 a.m. You know, I usually get up at 4. Yeah. I'm gonna be feeling it, but at least I got Sunday kinda off. Granted, you know, working, you know, 5 to 3 plus, is probably easier than, you know, going to graduation, hosting a party. It's gonna be like an all day thing, so, but it'll be fun. Alright, this is going to be interesting in a Panther 2. I might actually try down over on the other side here. Which I mentioned it, I think, last stream, but I actually hopped on, I think, for 2 battles today over on Dreadnought, the game, the space game I streamed a couple times. I didn't stream it because, you know, I was only on it for like 25 minutes or so when I was taking a little break. And, you know, it's an open beta now, so literally anybody can test it. You just have to create an account, download it. They added, you know, a couple new things, a new user interface, a new map. It was pretty fun playing it. There's a lot of people playing it now, so matches pop off, you know, within 20 seconds, it would look like, just from the 2 hours playing. And now is midday, which... You know, World of Tanks sometimes doesn't even have queue times that quick. Thank you very much for the subscription, KS Fix It Man. This might be bad. I was just expecting like a T-34 to whack me. Thank you very much. Let's see if he pulls back enough. Stop that. I hate shooting through the rubble, which is why... good job. 212. Which we should be able to go through this other Panther here. His Type 59 should bounce him, but he's over... Okay, you're over-angling and you're... I hate when your teammates... You know, you need to help them, but they're being... Not to say stupid, but because they probably don't realize that they're blocking your shot by driving straight at them. That's why sometimes you see, like, I travel at, like, a little angle and go on, you know, like a side of the enemy that I'm not going to get in my teammate's way. So, hello, Zach. I do remember you, yes. Beef Carpaccio? A lot of people like it, yes. We're actually one of the few places that do stuff like that. Only because, like, there are inherited risks to eat. Essentially, it's just paper thin shaved fillet. There are, you know, risks for eating raw meat like that, but, you know, we do use, basically, you know, you have to use a quality of meat that you're allowed to do that with, of course. It's good though. I like it. I don't really eat it much because I'm always making it, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's essentially, you know, if you're eating a salad almost with, you know, a bunch of filet all over it. It's delicious. I could see where that could be an issue, having to go through that stuff. I've never been through any of it, but basing this all off of TV knowledge, which probably is a little incorrect, but I was just trying to ram him, and that did not work out well for me. Really? You're gonna back up into everybody else just so I can't shoot you? It's a little bit more confusing, Randall. Really, the main thing is it has literally the same controls as World of Tanks, except for your right mouse button zooms. And there's a couple more, essentially, like, instead of consumables, you have, like, secondary modules you can fire off. But the only other added thing is you can go up and down. I think it's, like, shift and space does that. Otherwise, everything's the same as far as controls. But it does take a couple matches to get the hang of it. Hard to smuggle anything. Well, hopefully you're not smuggling anything, Benghazi. I was trying to get lucky there. Not exactly. How are these? They're still alive, just sitting there. Hello, Floyd. Nice to see you. Yeah, so not exactly the best match, but this guy did a very good job. M46, you know, that tank has a crap ton of DPM if you can stay alive in it. Alright, so T95 is the next tank up here. Casey, thank you very much for the offer, but really, you know, anyone's welcome, you know, if you watch the stream, if you just want to join a little clan, to join, you know, the clan I have, but we really don't do much as far as clan stuff. So, you know, like people platoon, and I don't know, I wouldn't be able to, I've said it a few times, get into managing clan related stuff. But yeah, as far as like merging, like I wouldn't want to go join a clan, if that makes sense. And you guys joining us, you know, I wouldn't want to give you expectations when really, you know, we have members, you know, a few of the people that watch every time, you know, like John's here, Uber, they're in the clan, but really I don't know what their expectations are, really. Like, as far as clan, not to say clan wars and strongholds and stuff, but, you know. But I wouldn't want to join any other clan, honestly. I like just having my own little thing, not having to worry about anything clan related. I've got so much to do on the stream, website, stuff like that. But thank you very much for the offer. We got too many people going to the town. I guess I'll head up here. I do not want to head up here, but we're gonna, by the time I catch up with the people in the town, we're gonna have lost the north. Yeah, like today I spent, when I was trying to cool off because it's hot as hell outside, I spent like another hour and a half updating an article on my website for American tanks now, the which tank line guide is right for you. I'm up to like 38,000 words on that one article. And I still have Russian and German tanks left to go. The main reason now that Artie's rebalanced, which I don't think that you can drown here. Honestly, I have never gone across this river in this spot. Alright, there we go. Just making sure I'm not going to drown myself and look like an idiot. Which I guess, I should have went to the town. I would have been able to just bum rush the Oho, that line. But, what was I saying? Now that Artie's balanced, I could see to where they would be open to putting premium Artie back on the table. But, yeah. The cool V. and food tips. Yeah. You know, down the road, like if anyone, I always say, like as far as our clan of Vandermeer goes, if anyone ever wants to coordinate stuff and you know get more members, strongholds and stuff, they're free to do so. I just, you know, I know my limitations. I can't stretch myself too thin. I'm already stretched thin as it is. Awesome. That's what you get for going up there. Do I do anything with barbecue? I don't. If you're saying like grilling and stuff, like you know, I grill at work, but that's a little different. As far as like barbecue sauces, yes, but like barbecue, no. God, are you kidding me? It's just there's an M46 here, and come on, dude. Trying to help you, and unfortunately, I just blew my repair kit, and I can get tracked here. I can get derped. Are you freaking kidding me? 78 HP. Somebody, please. There's a Type 4, but I'm just making sure that guy just doesn't sit behind me with that HP and kill me. But hello, Penny. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't really barbecue. To me, when I'm at home, I cook, but I don't like to do stuff that's like too time consuming or messy. Like today I did brisket, but I did it in the oven. I've cooked it enough to where I know a couple little things to get it, you know, it still tastes like it's, you know, like say done on a grill and then really low, stuff like that. So much easier to clean up though. I don't have a dishwasher at home. As far as, you know, like someone there to wash all my stuff. Hello, Poser. Hello, Rich. Nice to see you too. And nice, Carl. I like trying out different. I love barbecue sauce, honestly, but like eating it, I like trying out different kinds. I really like ones with like more vinegar than say sweeter ones. Dengas, which one was that? The Tier 10 TD? That's the next one I got up here. I'm just gonna keep pushing this way. If we can get him out, then I can turn left a little easier. Liquid smoke. We do have that in the restaurant for some things. You gotta be careful with that stuff though. Nah, I always kind of not burn it, but I char everything in the oven. Then you cover it, and it, you know, it doesn't taste burnt anymore. It just kind of milds out the flavor. And you slowly like braise it or steam it or in a way. Again, just making sure that we get this guy out before I go somewhere else. Been bitten ass in this tank way too many times. Hello, Amir. No, I am not. You know, I've burned out on it before, but really, I only play right now when I'm streaming, which is 9 hours a week, 4 days a week, and you know, I throw in another game every now and again. You know, the game has so much to it to where the only way you burn out, in my opinion, is if you play it way too much. Then it can get a little bit frustrating. Alright, I know he's literally right here, but being that he has armor, I've got to wait until I can actually see where I want to hit him. Yeah, as far as that, I can play a TD. I do French already. I only have the LEFH, I believe, and the CDC I do not have, but I can do a tier 10 TD. I can do that up next. Sweet Baby Ray's, yes. I would agree they have probably the best store brand barbecue sauce. But as far as like stuff at the restaurant, people love it, and it's really easy to do. As far like we use Sweet Baby Ray's at the restaurant as like a base, and then we, tweak and add stuff to it. That way, I don't like just putting things out of a jar out to people. That's not good with me. I always play the T110E3. Why don't I go with the E4 here? Switch it up a little bit. We do basically 1 part like raspberry reduction, 2 parts barbecue, and you can even put a splash more of vinegar in it, and you get that really sticky, and you coat chicken wings in it. It's freaking delicious. Sounds weird at first, raspberry barbecue chicken wings. It's so good. Yeah, I can add the E100 on. Kind of wish I had the E3 for this map, though. Believe it or not. Especially, so the difference, the E3 has, a better gun, more gun depression, better frontal armor for the loss of a turret. Since there's no arty, the E3 actually would work out in this side, because you can position the armor to where you can block many shots. It would just open up more opportunities than the E4 here. I'm pretty much just stuck going to the town. Well, the thing with barbecue sauce, like I was saying for the restaurant, very easy, which I'm pretty sure I said hi, Abdul over on Twitch. I want to make sure I didn't forget. It's really easy to mix in and change it to your liking. Like, yeah, like you can, some things if you add like say sugar and stuff, you need to like emulsify and cook it a little bit. But a lot of stuff like vinegar, just whisk that stuff in there, whatever kind of vinegar you like. But getting back to liquid smoke, all that stuff. If you ever want to prank somebody, have them take a little shot of that stuff. Oh. I mainly use that for, which thank you very much, Zoltan, for your subscription. I mainly use that, like we have a roasted vegetable soup, and I take like 2 massive sheet pans and like basically burn almost a ton of vegetables to get like a char flavor, but I always add a little bit of liquid smoke just to give it a little bit added smoky flavor. Which hello, Zoltan too. Hello, Master Beast and Gary and Miklos. Nice to see you guys. Whoa. Ah, God, dude. Pushed me a little bit there, but oh my God, I missed him. Like, how was that guy so lucky? He just went out twice and didn't get hit by anybody, including myself, but still, somebody else should have got him too. Alright. Just, I thought I'd destroy a little bit more cover to give a second shot here a chance. I just don't want to get myself into too much trouble getting out here too far. Shit, I could have hit that bat chat. If this Conqueror pulls back though, I have a possible shot at hitting him. Hello, Zen. Nice to see you. Yes, it's horrible. I've done it before. The amount of stuff you get bet to do in a kitchen. Yeah. If you ever want to clear out a, which I guess a house, it would clear out the whole house. Heat up a pan really hot, throw in a, say like 4 ounces of Tabasco sauce, and then please don't breathe. Won't kill you, but you will definitely feel like you're on fire. But breaking in a new dishwasher at times, kind of say like hazing. It's more fun in games though. You put that and you throw it into a basically, you know, like a closed container with a lid on it, like just like a metal plate, and they'll open it up and it's not hot anymore, but all the vapors come out. Oh, it's happened to me a few times. Thank you very much, person. I'm guessing from Asia. I can't read your name, but thank you very much for the subscription. Really? I thought that E100 had kind of scared him back. Which I'm pretty sure I have all the tanks that were requested. I saw one that I was grinding. I'm just whew, I just barely got that. Trying to do a little bit here because we're ahead, but my team, okay, they're starting to pick the pace up. We're going a little bit slow, slower than I'd think. IS3 is throwing APCR, so I'm not too confident in the E4's armor here. He pulled back though, very, come on, aim in. That little bit, you know, worse accuracy on the E4. I notice it so much because I play the E3 a lot. But you guys are, I guess, finding out my evil side here. Can't tell all my kitchen pranks. Spare me, OJPZ. Thanks, he listened. IS7's even using premium rounds, which, whatever. I guess I'll take him out there. Hello, Rich B and IB3. I have not played the E50 yet, no. I'll go for the tank with more HP. Okay, I'm trying to get around you. I know I was kind of stuck on you, however, going in reverse in the same direction does not help. And yeah, hit him a little low. At least I tracked him. He should be dead before I even get another shot. The Chrysler K, mirror, no. I would say that is far from the truth. The Chrysler K, usually I love American tanks. You know, I'm not that fond of it. Like, it's got excellent frontal armor, but essentially it, you know, it has the T-32's gun. It's a little bit more DPM. So basically the gun's crap because it has no gun depression, rear turret. Side and rear armor is bad. It's very slow. Really all it's got going for it is the frontal armor, and if you spam APCR out of it. And since you see 9s and 10s, they're going to be able to pen your lower glacis very easily. And if people use premium rounds, which are very prevalent in today's game, they can go through a lot of your frontal armor. It's got, you know, really no weak spots, kind of like the Object 252U frontally, because the lower plate I think is like 212 millimeters effective, which, you know, is weak to some tier 8 guns and especially 9s and 10s. But unlike, say, the 252U, that's what I'm relating it the most to because it's based off of really the armor of the tank. It doesn't have as good as a gun. The mobility, I believe, is slightly lower. Even its armor frontally can't stop higher tier rounds across a lot of the front, like the 252 you can. So to me, it's not that great of a tank. It's good against, you know, beating up tier 7s, tier 6s, but you know, with the new matchmaker, you're going to be seeing a lot more matches with 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, I like 9.18 Miklos. 9.19 I think is going to be pretty mundane now. I think the whole bond thing, they could have went about it in a different way instead of the equipment, but really I feel like it's kind of like just a filler patch until we get Frontline or the new graphic render, stuff like that. Pretty decent match though, almost 4,000 damage. Thanks for requesting that. The tier 10 TD, I was able to, you know, play something a little bit different. I really wanted to go for the E3, but I can't play that every time. So we got the E100. I'm going to do a tank I'm grinding after that. What's your country's national dish, Penny? You're undefeated in the Yag Panther 2? How many battles do you have in it? Sometimes I like to say that too, but it ends at like 2 or 3 matches. But yeah, if you're a member on the Discord server, there is a spot to post replays. Unfortunately, this was like almost a month ago at this point. I thought I was, you know, finally gonna have time to, you know, do a viewer replay or two. And basically, you know, I create like a little list of things I do in order. The freaking guide I keep talking about on WoT Guru, the which tank line is right for you, I've still not done it. Hey, hello, Beaver Mechanic on the other team. I don't know if you're watching, but I'll say I recognize that name. Salty, I do not have a girl 15. Which, see ya, IB3. Thanks for watching. I have a tank request list that's in the video description below. Has every tank I own that you can request on it. Which, thank you very much, Nexus Dublin, for the subscription. Yeah, pretty much, Carl. Like, there are some videos, if you go on my main channel page, it's got no, this is way back before physics and the new graphics, which are the normal graphics now. It's on my playlist, a trip down memory lane, T30, 11 kill match. Most amount of kills I still have in the game at this point in a tank. This is gonna end badly. I guess I'm gonna go out here and left, only because I can protect myself a little bit more from getting flanked, I feel like. I'm still gonna run into problems of tanks on my right, but crap, that's not good. Of course, you know, there's a frickin' Strev, an E50. I shot at the E100 like an idiot when he was angled like that. It's still 3 games. It's better than just having a, you know, 1 match undefeated. He's got the advantage here because I'm already lower HP, and yep, here comes Big Bad Type 5, Premium HE. I'm pretty much done for. My only hope is that they don't notice me over here, which, fat chance in hell of that happening. They're coming. He's got me. All freaking premium rounds too, which, yeah, I'm using heat too, but tier 10 matches suck when it's just all premium getting thrown around. But I mainly stuck with heat because freaking E100 Type 5 coming for me. Can't use AP in that situation. I can't go through their turrets and stuff like that. Oh well, that was a quick and yay. We had the advantage in the field, but they, they talked about pushing it, looks like, and they never did it. All right, so tank I'm grinding. Let's see. Why don't I? Did I get the WZ132? Why don't I hop into that again? Trying to get that double. All right, so let me get these requests down. I got the FV215B. The WZ131. Do I have that? Nexus. I got the 132 here. I don't know if I have the 131. I might. I definitely ground throw it, but I can get the T110E4 Proto as well. I will, Emil. Or Amir, sorry. Yeah, sometimes, now that I'm working a lot, the schedule might change a smidge. Like this upcoming Sunday, I'm going to be streaming Saturday night. Instead of Sunday 7 to 9, it's going to be Saturday 7 to 10 most likely. And next Wednesday, I might be streaming a little bit earlier in the morning. I might as well try to spot if this guy doesn't do it. Pork belly? I like pork belly. Dengos, I believe not, but I've never bought gold like that. That definitely did not work out in my favor here. Nope. For whatever reason, I thought that Lorraine 40T was a super Pershing. I don't know why, which is why I stayed out in front of him. But I was stupid. Usually I don't push like that, but I don't know why. Like you can't shoot anything from that far back. The render range isn't that far. But I didn't even see that we had so many people pushing the ice road, or else I would have ran this way. Oh well. Unfortunately, a light tank, if you're not paying attention to the map like that, you die very quickly. And I learned that. So, I am going to keep doing requests, but let me double back to the E100, because that match kind of sucked. At least this past one was a little interesting. Hello, Corey. Nice to see you. And I'll try to, since I don't have the 131, I'll pop back into the 132 when I get to your request. So after this, I'll play the E50, then the Tortoise, FV215B, WZ132, T110E4 Proto, and after that, I'll get to the Type 4, which, yep, I will get to that challenge, John, the Object 140. I'll actually, since, you bought another challenge here, I'll do that up next. Hopefully I can get this challenge again. Dengas, I'm not sure. I did see you there, Beaver. But yeah, I've never bought anything through mobile as far as gold, so I'm not qualified to answer that. The forums would be the best place for that, or even the support. If you're, going to support for wargaming and you're looking to give them money, they'll answer you pretty quickly. Hello, Nice Cuppa. I only like Gabastar, the first iteration of Frontline. I think the second one, 30v30 random battles, is kind of dumb and not balanced correctly. I think it's boring, to be honest, with no objectives. You want your Levi? Oh, from the previous challenge? You might get it. I made it tougher. Which I think at this point, after this match, I am going to close tank requests, because I don't think I can take any more and actually get them done. Why did I shoot that? Granted, he got to the cover, but I should have waited another second. But I'll add the OHO on, but I'm glad it wasn't just me, Graham, because I clearly saw a freaking super Pershing, and that was definitely, you know, not even the right nation. Thank you very much, Amir, for the subscription. So let me actually switch this real quick. There we go. That way nobody gets too confused there. The T44, if you get it fully upgraded, it's surprisingly fast. You can scout a little bit more than other tier 8 mediums in it, but really just remember it doesn't have the best gun depression and it doesn't have the best penetration, but you know, it's very good at getting to where you need to. And you know, it's just one of those tanks to where I like the T44. It's got a pretty good gun outside of the penetration issues, mainly with the standard round. But I don't need heat for this, but and I just blew my repair kit for no reason. But definitely if you don't have the top engine, that makes it basically like a light tank. Alright, I thought he was going to pop over my way, but no. Tactical risk here, pushing into a pre-aimed TD, but I should be fine with the amount of HP I have. And there's this little train car here. Still going to keep my turret a little bit angled just in case. I'm coming for you, Borsig. So I'll catch up on chat in a second here. Come on. Whoa, that was a cheap shot. There we go. A little bit of grinding action there, which thank you very much, person from Russia, for the subscription. Sorry I can't pronounce your name. Thank you very much, though. Anyone else have a home lab? Like, for doing experiments in? If you mean that, then I do not. Most I have is plant growing stuff, if that qualifies. I'm just going to sit my butt on cap so I can catch up on here. That's pretty nice, Beaver. You gotta love that with the HE rounds on that thing. See you, Dengos. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully they don't find any drugs on you. Hello, Dana. Nice to see you. And Jabbo-Zanator. Nice to see you too. I wish I could stream more. Yeah. Then I'd have literally no time at all to, you know, cut the grass or anything. And I'm not one of those people. I don't think I'll ever pay someone to cut my grass unless I physically can't do it. Hey, I made 260 credits and a little bit of damage, but I'll take it. It's a win. Thank you very much, Thomas, for the subscription. No, I am not. I'm just growing plants. You know, raspberries, blackberries, things called pine berries. Let's see Jabba-Zanator. Thanks for watching. Server Lab, I do not. Which, getting to the Object 140 here, John purchased basically another thing from the chatbot shop here with his Levi biscuits. So it's called Challenge the Guru. He chose the Object 140. So essentially what I have to do here is I changed it a little bit up from last time, so it's a little bit harder. So we have 1900 hit points here. I've got to do 3 times the amount of damage, assist damage, and also block damage combined. So that's 5700 between all 3 of them. Last time it was just double the damage and assist damage. So, you know, good chance that if you get this, you might win most, if not all of them. But we'll see. I need to find like a sweet spot to where it's a little bit more even. Uber pointed out that 3x might be a little too hard, so especially this map, it's going to be a doozy. Well, hopefully the trolls are, you know, they're under their bridge. Which I actually went through and I added a ton more basically blocked blackout words on YouTube and also on the chat bot for double protection. More or less, some people, if they comment, it'll right away time them out, or if it's really you cannot carry him, more or less it'll automatically time them out or even ban them if it's certain words. Hello Nori, nice to see you. And hello Georgie, nice to see you as well. Yeah, I spent about maybe 3 hours outside today expanding a garden because these frickin' pine berries, which are essentially pineapple flavor white strawberries with red seeds. They look weird, but they taste frickin' awesome. They're expanding so much. They've already expanded enough to where I need to make more room. Kind of knew it was going to happen, but not this quick. Oh lord. Nice shot, T110E4. Please move up, team. Oh lord. So far, I'm not doing so good. Thanks. Gotta be aware of your turret sticking out of places. So I think he's gonna move up enough to where... Nah, somebody beat him. God damn it. I need all the damage I can. Bat shot still here? Nope. Oh, somebody spotted me. Ah, Amex 30B. Oh, that's no good. There he is. I'm trying to track him. It's not cheating if I get assist damage. Holy crap. No! The bat shot's gonna get me. And Artie. Oh god, I'm in a very bad, precarious spot here. I'm still in it. I don't think I'm gonna 3 times this though. No, the TVP got me. Yeah. Congratulations, John. You beat me in this one. So, and I'm the first guy to die. Oh god, that's just rubbing salt in the wound there. So let me Let me divvy this out for you here. Congratulations, you have won. I didn't even get close to... There you go. Congratulations, you just got 10,000 Levi biscuits in return. Alright, so let me move on here. At least we're gonna get a win, but yeah, I didn't come close. Hello, Stone. So next up was... Did I play the E50? I honestly forget. Yeah, I played it. I'm gonna play it again. And then the Tortoise. I think I played it. I could guess. I'm losing it here. So I got the Tortoise up next, the FV215B, WZ132, T28 Proto, Type 4 Heavy, Object 140 I just did, the Leo Prototype, and the OHO. Hello, Pro 1v1. I'm from New Jersey, Andre Green. Hello, Uber. I know, you're kind of right. I thought about switching it to 2.5x, but I wouldn't even have got double that, though. Yeah, so that I know I should know who he is, but honestly I didn't know who he was until today. I'm not really big into music, though. Oh Lord. Stop drinking coffee, Cody, and drive to where you're not going to get killed like the T30. Yeah, I'll do my best to, you know, get to it as soon as possible. Now to the, oh god, surprised he didn't die there. I do not have the Chrysler Seb, but I don't think it's a very good tank, honestly. Really, it's only got armor going for it, and you know it's got crappy rear turret design as far as gun depression goes. The gun's really crappy on it. Awesome. I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know why I sat right in front of him and took it. And take this one too, just to try to get a shot on him. Oh well. Disneyland. But yeah, pretty much just shoot gold at the freaking lower plate on it. That's really the main play. Or if you're in a tier 9 and 10 tank, just shoot the lower plate as well, because you can go through it with standard rounds. To me, it's basically along the lines of buying an Object 252U with a crappier gun that doesn't work against higher tiers because the penetration sucks, and buying a tank with no gun depression, and really the only play it has is point frontal armor at things and hope they don't fire gold, which at least the 252U has a gun that can pen things and do damage. Chrysler K, you have to load APCR to damage frickin' heavy tanks because you have the T-32's gun. So Chrysler K isn't that quick. I don't know if you're joking there. It's just tracking there. Nope, he fixed it. Which is kind of crazy. I'm scared of the mouse right now because he can reload really freaking quick. Oh god. Huh, nice to see you at your back, Labobo. God, there's a Type 4 as well. Lord. I need to run because I cannot damage most of these tanks here. I'm probably gonna get hit trying to run away, but yep, this got whacked. I kind of saw that coming, which I need to get around this VK. There's one thing of having good acceleration and being fast. It's definitely not very quick. Just double checking. I just got text messages. Oh, thank you very much whoever gifted me something. I think I might know what it is, but it sounded like I got a bunch of text messages, which if it's like the ones I got earlier today, I did not want to read. So yeah, thank you very much for the gift. I'll have to look at that after I end up losing this match. The E50 is not really a tank that you want to try to hold down and use your turret front. The turret front's the weakest part of the frontal armor. I was trying to force it and roll it. Literally cannot do. And now there's a brigade of tanks coming that I can't pen from the front. Well, to me, is the acceleration good for it for a heavy tank? Yes. However, when you take into account all the stats as a whole, like, you know, it only has frontal armor going for it, the mobility just, it doesn't, you know, make up, you know, I would still say it's a negative because it doesn't have a good gun. It's not like the view range is awesome. Side armor's weak, rear armor's weak. Rear turret tanks are very hard to use. The gun depression's, you know, poor. It's just got a lot of things going for it, or going against it. And all it's got is frontal armor. It's like, is it like unbalanced or underpowered and stuff? Not necessarily. It's just looking at the tank statistically, you know, there's other tanks that are better than it, but it's still, you know, an interesting tier 8 American premium. It's just, you know, I have a thing against rear mounted turret tanks sometimes, so it's probably that coming out. I want to try to shoot something that has a little bit less armor, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance. No! Leave me alone. I pose no threat to killing you. I might get a little bit of damage off of you, but... Goodbye. Maybe I will kill somebody. So I ended up with a decent amount of damage, but yeah. I pretty much knew we were going to lose this in the first couple minutes here. I did not get to the T28 Proto, no. Which, let me bring this up really quick. With my plethora of... Which, thank you very much, John, for the gift. Let me... Let's see how bad it is. Challenge accepted. Well, I shouldn't say that. I might lose another Levi Biscuit bet here. Thank you very much, though. Gunner, sometimes you have to hit the little bell for notifications. Or go into your... There should be some settings for, like, every channel you subscribe to. And you have to hit, like, an extra button. I like the new light tanks. You know, a couple are a little bit like not the best. Like some tier 10s, like the Russian tier 10, the German. I'm not too fond of, but you know, I think as a whole, they're implemented pretty damn well. All right, so I'm gonna put my best crew in here. My first crew that I have. That amount of perks starting. Why don't I throw them in here? Which, let me, only because somebody had to leave Let me get to the FV215B first, actually. Just because I know someone only could stay salty, I believe. A barbecue at the lake. Yeah. Which hello, Tim. And hello, Ninja Monkey. Yeah, sometimes YouTube's weird. Yeah. I would say, who knows? Like, sometimes I don't get, like, I follow a few people, like, not for, like, video game videos, but just videos in general on YouTube, and I don't always get the stuff, and, you know, I'm like, meh. It's kind of annoying. The Mutant M6, I like it. It's a quirky little tank, but the preferential matchmaking is what makes it. The TVP, I think it's a little bit overpowered still, but it's a damn good tank, Dean. I don't have one, but I wish I had one. I just don't want to grind through that line at this point. So what I'll do here is I'll play the FV here, and then I'll get to the Chrysler K, and then the FV, or not the FV, the Tortoise after that. I wish I could stream for an extra hour. I'll be deep in sleep at that time, though. I got a long... Granted, I have 2 days until I have another day off, because my days off are different this upcoming week because of Ryan's graduation, but got a long 2 days ahead of me at work. I have a wedding on Saturday. I've got to prep for tomorrow and then pull off with just 2 people on Saturday. So it'll be a blast. What could go wrong? Yeah, it comes with equipment. I can put it on it. I just wanted to hop into the FV here because I knew Salty, I think, had requested it and he doesn't have a ton of time. Even though this is one of the, not the worst maps, but with how my team's setting up, it's not helping me because they're not really pushing out to create shots for me. So I have to take a few more risks, which you don't really want to do in this tank, especially with the JPZ100. Yeah. Rear mounted turret. He was able to shoot me in the front. I couldn't even freaking see the tank down there. But yeah, my whole team is down in the south. I don't know why they are not pushing. Guess I'll go help them. It is difficult, yes, the ace. Pretty much, it's got a lot going for it in the damage department, and autoloaders in general at high tiers are hard to ace tank. The best advice I could give is try to get more assist damage, mainly from when you're trying to shoot tanks. Try to shoot them, you know, in the frontal track wheel to where you're able to track them for your team. Try to do damage with the shot, but you can rack up some cheap assist damage in the process. But I don't know what my team is doing here. They're not... I could have hit him there. Like, they're not even in position to shoot. Like, it's actually kind of depressing. Like, like, honestly. I shouldn't be throwing APCR at shots I know I can't do HP damage at. Which, hey, we're getting flanked. And my team's dying. This tank's good at, you know, long engagements, pumping out damage, but it's not good at having to brawl. Your armor is just not good enough. Which I'm going to get almost no help, I can guarantee. Because I'm getting flanked. I'm getting flanked behind, I'm getting flanked in the front. Or my only hope is to flank the JPZ, but that's going to be pretty damn difficult. Yeah. It's just shitty team setup here. I usually don't complain about my teams too much, but like, you don't all go to one spot in the map and then don't push. Makes no sense. Like, yeah. Anyway, gotta move on. You can't get hung up on. I just didn't set it up this one. Nice cuppa. The countdown timer. Pretty much, you know, I got 50 minutes left. Some days I forget to set it up, and I was doing something right before the stream started, and yeah, I just hit go. I didn't get to set it up in time. Alright, so let me get into the Chrysler here. There we go. I might. Which let's load up a that. Holy crap! This thing has a ton of rounds on it. Yep, Wargaming's like, you can load more premium rounds. Give us that money. Alright, so let's hop into this thing. Then next up is the Tortoise, WZ132, T28 Proto, Type 4 Heavy, Leopard Prototype, and OHO. I'll do my best to get all of them done. I should have time to get them all done. Seb, I would say it's a possibility, but you never know. They try not to add too many tanks available for gold because they give out a lot of gold for free, like in clan wars and tournaments and stuff. Huh. I'm glad, you know, knock on fake wood, where I live, we don't get too many tornado threats. That's the way to do it, Dean. But yeah, pretty much that I pushed out, and they're all just like, we're just gonna sit here and let them shoot us. Yeah. 105 millimeter, the Chrysler here. Same, literally the same as the T32, except for this actually has more DPM, and it's better. Go figure. That has less gun depression now. Which I'm going to run into tanks with armor, so I guess I'll load up APCR now. Usually the best use for gold, because I don't need a premium time really, because I add up, during the holidays I buy a lot of it, but the best use for gold I use it for now is just when there's those 35 free experience for, you know, 1 gold events that go on every now and again. I just stock up on free experience. That way I don't have to play stock tanks. That's the best use for gold that I personally think that there's in the game right now. Oh lord, you're gonna get me to overextend a little bit, but you got a really badass gun on you. Unfortunately, I can't spot anything. Hello, Craze Missile. Nice to see you. That's still more tornadoes than I would like. We had one last year, like, near us, and it was panic mode. This is the new premium tank for the grand finals. John was very kind enough to buy me one here. That's all good. I'd like to do the Type 4 again. That way. Awesome. Hopefully I don't get shot in my side. But pretty much in this tank, you just don't want to get shot outside of the front. I guess I'm just not too confident in actually hitting him where I want to with this gun. A Chrysler car. I've actually seen people, there's a new trend starting. People are trolling like Volvo, Volkswagen, Mitsubishi, like on social media, asking them like if they still have like the tanks they designed and made during, you know, like World War II and stuff available. It's kind of funny. Bombs away. I guess that's one use for this tank. Don't have a good gun, you ram the hell out of somebody. I have not gotten hit by a premium round. Blah. I'm getting tongue-tied. Yet this match, I am surprised. I have a feeling once people catch on to it, though, you'll see a ton of them. Well, you can stay over on EU if you only play overpowered tanks. That's fine with me. Tornado panic? You'd be surprised in a place where the worst weather catastrophes we get is like a thunderstorm or, you know, a blizzard. If, you know, a tornado touches down somewhere in Cape May County, it's like it's the end of the world. I've discussed, you know, what the Cape May bubble is before. Basically, you know, I'm at the southern tip of New Jersey, and with the bay in between us and the ocean and, you know, everything surrounding us, weather patterns just dissipate right over us and we don't get anything. So, but thank you very much. This was actually a pretty good match. Just thank you for getting rid of that guy's message, whatever he was saying there. But thank you very much for the gift here. I might have to change my opinion on the tank a little bit, but I'm still under the impression that I don't know. It's just the gun on it. It worked out this match, but I have a feeling if you're in a match with 9s and 10s, the armor's just gonna get shredded. But time will tell. But thank you very much again for the gift. We're going to go on to the Tortoise here, which is the next tank request here. Hello, Joshua. See you, Dana. Thank you very much for watching. Let me... That's what it seems like in places, Carl, where they're more common. Hello, Jerry. Nice to see you. The T-34 is underrated, Seb. It's a really good premium tank. I know a lot of people downplay it, but I think it's, you know, it's one of the better ones. Yeah, this map and the Tortoise. I'm not a fan right now. Where do I want to go? I guess I'll head over here. Yes and no, Gunner. In the summer, it's, you know, it's hot enough for them, and like thunderstorms are very prevalent. But more or less, it comes down to, you know, we have land, and then all the fronts move, you know, west to east here. So you have land, and then it goes over to basically the Delaware Bay, screws everything up, and by the time it gets to us, it kind of crapped out, and we don't get stuff. Go 10 miles north though, and you don't have a large bay in between. Basically in between you and the fronts. So they get a lot more damaging weather in the summer. We get some rain, some lightning, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. You are very, very lucky, T10. I'll try to get to it again if I have time at the end too, John. Which, now that you got it for me, I really want to get this which tank line is right for you done. But on my little to-do list was a weak spot guide for this, because I know a lot of people are going to be asking for it, since it basically doesn't have any freaking weak spots on the front. That was a very nice Scorpion G. Us TDs got to stick together. I don't know why I'm sitting out here. I should have... Yeah, I went to the wrong flank here, but there's enough people around the cap to where they should be able to be fine. South New Jersey, Dean. Cape May County. Pretty much a little thing dangling off of New Jersey. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. I need to focus here. Oh, I got no more coffee left. You guys have ruined me with caffeine. I did it to myself. Why do you have to have so much armor on your cupola? That works. Alright, so this little fellow, yeah, he's not going to get hit because I just got stunned. And that's what you're going to see from a lot of Chrysler K's APCR, so I'm just going to chuck it right back at him. Granted, if I was in that tank, I'd be doing the same exact thing. Stop shooting my loader's hatch. It's not very American of you. Okie dokie. I just see, yeah, I just got killed by Artie. Artie's been shooting at me the whole frickin' match, which I was sitting in the open, so I kind of deserved it. But yeah, I just saw the rest of my team, we lost pretty much the whole map. There's no way we're going to come back from that. Alright, so next tank up is the WZ132. Not doing an attachment right now, but thank you very much for the offer. Joshua, as far as that, I am not very good at that, to be honest. If you would like to really let me see. If you would like to read a little bit more about anxiety as far as that goes, I've actually got a... Whoops. No! I'm screwing up all my stuff over here. I've got 0 seconds left. I'll have to find it after this. I had pretty much crippling anxiety up until 5 or 6 years ago, so one day you just, it definitely helps talking to people about it, but one day you just gotta, muster up and basically know that it's all in your head in a way. So At least that's what worked for me. And even then, you don't get over it right away. It takes, you know, it takes time to basically recondition how you're thinking. I didn't see if you won or not, Victor. Really? One shot I get missing. Two. I treat this thing like a little pocket medium tank. Did I buy something nice for Ryan? Yeah, you could say that. It's her graduation, so it's a big moment for her. Cape May, I guess you could call it tiny, but it's, yeah, it's pretty. It's not a neighborhood, no. Cape May is essentially a Victorian town. And then, you know, there's other, like, little neighborhoods around it. Like, I don't live in Cape May, say, proper. I work there, but I live just outside of Cape May itself. Yeah, it is pretty big, the U.S. I was getting a little bit lost where I spotted that guy. See you, Uber. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night. Well, that's one way to look at it. Honestly, I will say from, like, I don't know how old you are, but I'll say the amount of reflection you do, you know, after, say, high school, college. I think you're older than that, though. The amount of worrying you do about, like, how you look or act and stuff, if you just be yourself, you know, you find people that actually like you for who you are. If you just pretend and do what you think people want you to be, you're going to be miserable, and eventually people are going to not like you for that, because you come off as phony. No matter how weird you are, there's always somebody that's weirder than you, so. Yeah, it looks like it's only on the NA server right now. The Chrysler K. Ooh, racking up the assist damage. Aw. They beat me to him. Where'd this little bugger go? He's probably gonna be on the... Nope, he's on the left. No! Oops, I don't want to get myself stuck. I don't even think he notices that I'm behind him. I'm trying to set him on fire. Thank you for shooting at somebody else. That's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, Cape May itself is very small, but Cape May County is pretty large. Not too many people living here, though. It's mostly open. Marsh, forest, stuff like that. Not like the rest of New Jersey. Hello, Canadian. Nice to see you. Sorry, KB3. I stole your thunder. I will, if I have any, I will definitely post them, Rick, on Discord. If you're on there, or I'll even show them on the stream here. Which at least we got a nice little win here. But what I was trying to find is... Here we go. Hurry up. There we go. To help you out, Joshua, this might help you out. So that link might help you out there. Hello, Master. Let's see. Yeah, I'll send you an invite. I'm pretty sure you don't have all the tiers. Yep. So I can, next up I do have the T28 Proto. So that will work out. Alright, so I'll play the OHO after this, and then I'll get to the Type 4 and the Leopard prototype as well. But Master just has up to Tier 8, so I'll do the Tier 8s first. Pretty much gunner, though. My favorite, most enjoyed premium tank, I don't play it a whole lot. I would say that's my most enjoyable one would be between the T34 and the KV5. Followed close, like if you're talking about just performance, I'd go the T26E5 or the Object 252U. Fun factor, T34, KV5, and the Mutant M6 would be my top 3 for that. You gotta find someone who doesn't wear makeup, Joshua. They're the ones that you want to get. That's what I guess linked Randall. So yes, that was all I was trying to find. Blah. Need to do a follow up to that article. Well, the reason why, well, depending on what Sir Foch said, if he was overly critical of it, that might be why they pulled it down. Because you do have guidelines if you're a community contributor as to what you can and cannot say. And they still reserve the right to pull things down. But yeah, as far as EU, CC's community contributor, getting first crack at it, it's because EU actually has a full-fledged, and even the Russian server, full-fledged program for them. NA server, unfortunately, don't really have access to that. Yeah, like I've applied to it, and they basically said at this point they're not accepting people right now. In the future, if they do basically ramp up the program, hopefully I'd be accepted. The people I talked to said I'd qualify, but right now I'm almost tempted just to be like, hey, EU, you want to help me? I'd have to play on the EU server for a media account, but it would get me access if I can get into it through there. No problem, Joshua. Glad I can help out. Hell, I wish, everything turned out well so far in my story here, but I wish I did more about, say my anxiety earlier in life, and I didn't wait as long. Scorpion G. Ooh, that was loud. Should be loud. It was a T92 freaking direct hitting me, basically. I am very sorry, Oho. You got yourself a little bit too far out there alone now. Well, yep, that's exactly why they pulled it down. Which kind of sucks for him, because the way YouTube works is it depends on if they filed if they file a strike against them, which Wargaming could have just removed it without doing that. 3 strikes with YouTube and they ban you. Basically, IP, your personal social security number, what you know, whatever you want to go into. Basically, they ban the person after 3 strikes and you're screwed. But I don't think Wargaming would do that. They probably just removed it. A little slap on the wrist to him. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Long time no see. And hello, Robert. Didn't get a mouse request, so that's why I haven't played it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna... Never mind, the grill's not up there. No, don't do it. Whew. I don't know how I shot and killed him. He was just about to dirt me. The S1, the UDES is better than it, but the S1 makes a crap load of credit, so yeah. Gotta take, it's a premium, so it's better in that regard, but the UDES is better than it, you know, as far as performance-wise. Which way is he facing? I think I can eke out here and shoot the Foch, but... Oh god, my helper went kaput. No! I'm definitely screwed here. My only play is to run this way and hope the UDES doesn't come after me. Which he probably will. Haha, I got 1 shot. I'm still not gonna live, but I got 1 shot on him. I'll get to it as quick as possible, Salty. We should still win here. So next up I was doing another 8. Which was the OHO, and then I can get to the Leopard prototype, then the Type 4, and that might be it for the stream, depending on how long these requests take. I don't know how much she would like that, Rick. I'll float it by her. I know, I was honestly, Jerry, I was very surprised I did not die there in the proto. I don't know what happened there, but all the cards aligned. Up until the end, though, I got myself into too much trouble. Instead of pushing towards, you know, back towards my base, I should have went left more. Oh, he's any gameplay? Well... like, to me, the Chrysler K, yes, it is pushing the more premium round agenda, which I don't agree with at all. But at the very least, like, at least the gun isn't that great on it, even though it makes the T-32's gun look absolutely more horrible. And, you know, at least I'll say it's balanced. It's worse than the Object 252U and the Patriot, so well, you'd be surprised what kind of people are community contributors sometimes. Basically, you know, they have a following, Wargaming, they'd rather, you know, rope them into the program and have some control over them than to just let them reign free, if you know what I mean. Because you have to sign, essentially, contracts if you are a community contributor. I was temporarily one. And you still have free reign, but you are somewhat legally restricted in what you can and cannot do. and it gives wargaming a little bit more control over, you know, your videos. I'll keep it in mind, Dean. Yeah, I do have a, you know, I have an EU account, but it's only got 250 battles on it. Up to, I have like one tier 5 premium. Someone was very kind to gift it to me. It helped out getting my 250 battles for the forum. It's alright, Carl. Hello, Manuel. Thank you very much. Same goes to you and your family. Yes, Jay. I have essentially 20 minutes left. I didn't put the stream countdown on. I kind of forgot to start it up. His poor Type 4, he's getting out. He's getting out derped. Granted, he's got the AP gun on it, but still. Which I'm kind of shooting the Type 4 instead of the Defender here, just out of sake of I'm out derping a Type 4 Heavy. So. Now let's annoy this guy. Eventually I'll be able to crit his engine if I get enough HE there. I do like tier 10 matches because of that, Robert. Pretty much Ninja, yes. That also, like, even though I'm not a community contributor, I do have a essentially written, it's not a contract, but it is a written agreement with Wargaming. Like, sometimes your videos get flagged on YouTube for copyright stuff, even if, you know, the copyright holder doesn't personally flag it. YouTube, the system's automatic. I essentially have something, it's through Wargaming EU, to where I have permission to monetize, you know, anything World of Tanks related, unless I like rip straight off of like one of their official videos. That's a no-no. In return, you know, they do reserve the right to basically remove anything that they find damaging or that breaks NDAs and stuff like that, of course. Cough, cough, the premium Tiger tank. That, you know, the heavy tank number 6, back before it was called the heavy tank number 6. They weren't too happy with me with that. I was the first one to notice, hey, it popped up on the media accounts. That was when I had one. I had it for like 3 or 4 months before basically, since it went through Wargaming NA, it was like a trial run, and I guess it didn't work out, so they canned them all. But, yeah, I just logged on one day, and hey, look what I got. And I was the first one to upload a video, and back then it was For the Record, you know, on WoTnews.com. Silent Stalker shared it, and I got a kind little message from Wargaming. They were pretty polite about it. It's not like they threatened to kill me. They were like, could you please kindly make this video unlisted, you know, until it's officially released. Or else we'll murder your family. That was in very, very small letters at the bottom. The 57 is a fun tank. It's not always the most practical, but it is fun. Yes, the OHO gun here. This is the HE gun. I just carry some other rounds just in case I want to overmatch like people's roofs and stuff. Pretty decent OHO match though. Mastery badge first class. Most amount of damage on my team. Only just 704 beat me there. But yeah, thank you very much, Master, for the fights. Sorry, I can't do any more matches just because of the platoon restrictions. Okay, so I'll do the Leo first, and then I'll invite you, John, since you said you only wanted to do the Type 1. Okay, Leopard prototype. And then, yeah, I'll do the Type 4, and I'll try to get another Chrysler match in as well. I think it's a very good tank, Dean, as far as the premium goes. I don't know what exactly my highest is. It's probably not the best. I'll try to take a look at it. I don't have a ton of matches in it, though. Someone gifted it to me semi-recently, you know, within the past four months here. So I don't have a ton of matches. Thank you very much, Jerry, for watching. Glad I could get a prototype match in for you. Remember running across the Chrysler K's. Low gold or shoot them in the frickin' lower plate. Or the side armor if they angle too much. Wargaming does know where Levi lives, yes. Might sprinkle like some chocolate chips or something out in the backyard. Oh god. Looking at the time now, I should have time for the Type 4 match after this and then a Chrysler K1 looking at it. After that, though, I probably can't do any more because I really gotta get some sleep since I actually lost sleep last night. Usually today's my catch-up day. What could Cody do? I thought it was going to come out to be what could go wrong and then explosions. Oops. Especially in this tank, I'm probably going to get ammo racked if I stay out here too much longer. So I'm going to cut my... little tail and run. Probably gonna run right into a shot here, but I can't stay here because if they push up on me, I am donezo. Yep, there he goes. Well, you know, they still have preferential matchmaking, which I'm still a fan of. I know statistically they look a lot worse. Oof, that was bad for me to pull out there. Which I'm pretty much screwed here. My only chance at survival is to somehow not die running away here. Because everyone frickin' ran away. Like, nobody died yet. The poor SU-122-44, but, like, everyone frickin' ran away there. Including me, but, hey, I'm not gonna be the only one left. No way, no how. Nah, I don't really watch Quickie Baby. You know, I would say occasionally, only if there's, like, a sandbox server or something, like really new, that, you know, he's one of the first ones to say stream it. Outside of that, though, I would say no. I don't like watching people that take the game that seriously. Dunzo, a wargaming technical term? Maybe. Honestly, I feel like the person coming up with new premiums and balancing, he just, like, randomly picks like what could make us the most money as far as people buying this and throwing gold rounds at it. And let's just tack on an extra 20 millimeters of armor while we're at it. Alright, guys. What? It's not balanced? What are you saying? That is very true. Really, it just comes down to like a lot of the old premium tanks. Like they, even with preferential matchmaking, they're still balanced around not being as good as their same tier counterparts. Whether or not, wargaming is justified not buffing them, like I'm perfectly fine with them because, they still make good credits. You don't see, tier 10s in tier 8 preferential tanks. And, the problem is you still have to be aware that you're in a tank where you're at a little bit of a disadvantage compared to same tiers, but if you're playing it, like 10 matches in a row, it's going to be, more equalized because you're not bottom tier as often. But the new matchmaker does make by being bottom tier a little easier, so it's definitely a debate where there's no right or wrong opinion about it. So see ya, Salty. Thank you very much for watching. Which pretty decent match as far as overall like experience. I'm a little bit higher, but T49 he did an excellent job. That tank is crazy as far as I like the non-derp gun for the T49 and the Sheridan. Alright, so the Type 4 is up here. It's low, no past. Pretty much. PZ7. Yeah. Well, Wargaming does have at least one, basically, not to say the next World of Tanks, but a game of that caliber that's very close to being done development. So, and they have a couple other games that are also going to be pretty popular that they're developing as well. So, World of Tanks, at this point, if you look at other games like, say, MMOs or online games, most of them died, probably like 2 or 3 years ago in World of Tanks stage now, or at least not being developed. Like, this year we're getting, hopefully Frontline, so, 30v30 matches, and the front line with the Normandy map and objectives is a blast to play. The random battles with no objectives, I think, is a bad move. Getting ranked battles with the next patch here, we're getting completely new graphic and graphical engine overhaul. So, it's really big changes for World of Tanks when it's as old as it is. So, could you argue that they're milking it in a way? Sure, but at the same time, because they're making that money, we're still getting better updates than other games could dream of, even in the first year or two of their development stage. Which, hello, Mr. Dingo, nice to see you. Well, yes, the old ones were a little bit more balanced. See, you guys all gamble, and what? Even though it's a 50-50 chance, you always lose more money gambling than you win. Or at least that's the way I see it. I've never gambled though, like with money in my life. Thank you very much, another Asian person, for the subscription. I can't read your name, but thank you very much. I go on both of them, Dean. Not this common test, because I don't think it's a very interesting patch. But, I really wish I could stream, Sandbox. But, unfortunately, they only allow community contributors to do that, and you can't become a community contributor on the NA server right now. They don't accept applications, and only people in it. Because I've tried to get into it. Oh God. I think he bounced off of me, and the Centaurian frickin' shot me. But the only way you can get it is if you're like an esports or a clan player, the NA server before, which is depressing. But I kind of wish I had the derp gun here. Oh, thank you, E75. It's spelled like Chung Kai. Thank you. I will do a raffle at the end now. Yeah, I think the whole bond equipment and stuff is stupid, so. Hey, the chatbot told me to set it up. It's not like I put some random value that puts the winning percentage at 2%. I didn't do that. Nor can you do that. Where's my help? It's like it's me and John here. I'm going out on a whim that I'm not going to die super quick, but it's a possibility. Oh, I set him on fire, but he's got... Thank you very much, John. Ah, shit. I'm dead. We tried our best, but... Anyway, I got one more match here, the Chrysler K. And then my next stream, it's not going to be Sunday coming up here. I didn't change all my schedules everywhere because it's just going to hopefully just be this Sunday. I'm going to be streaming this upcoming Saturday. I'm going to set up the notification right after the stream here. It's going to be Saturday starting at 7 p.m. is when I'll be streaming next up. Hello, yellow. Let's say if you want to play a match, I have one match here left. I'll try my best, Dean. Let's say, are you in a battle, yellow? I just don't have a lot of time here. It says you're in the garage. Which, do you... Just, I don't know your tanks. Or if you're AFK or watching, or... I just don't have a lot of time. But yeah, the problem with whenever I pop on like Sandbox and stuff, it's at like really weird hours. I'll do my best though. If you're on Discord, the invite, is right in the bottom of the webcam here. You'll see like I'm on World of Tanks, and you can always ask if I'm on Sandbox or something. Because it's usually if I'm on and I'm not streaming, then I'm on like Sandbox or another like test or something. What have you. Hello, Dengas again. Alright, we got a tier 10 match here. Let's see how this holds up. Whoops. I say it's a name I haven't seen in a while. Pudding Pop. If he even has chat on, that's the problem. Alrighty then. I guess I'm gonna head out over here. It's just this won't perform very well on the hill and the center because of the rear turret and gun depression. I just hope we keep our spotter here. Roast beef with tomatoes? That's not... Whoops. It's alright, yellow. Even though I don't even... Yeah, I have it actually disabled because of streams, you know. Is Joe Biden? I haven't seen him recently. Hopefully he's doing well. We had this, you know, bitter rivalry going on, whether he knew it or not. Watch it really be Joe Biden. I just knew if I went to the hill, I'd kick myself because... Whoops. I'm dead. Or about to be shot at. This is definitely my last fight though, guys. I wish I could go longer, but I gotta get up early tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to getting up without having a day to sleep in here. There's a Lorraine. And a Strev S1. You need to shoot the Lorraine first. This little guy is still in siege mode. He just got hit, so he should switch. I somehow missed him. Yeah, it's pretty much, you know, just like a TeamSpeak chat room channel, stuff like that. It's free though. Alright, why don't we test this armor out here. Hopefully the grill is not over on this side. He probably is though. It's just our other side. They're running off of the hill, so... Oh, that's great. Oh, awesome. The Lorraine is throwing gold. All gold APCR. Yay. It's gotta sit here and grin and bear. Leave me alone, T49. Lorraine's about loaded again, so he's just gonna chuck gold for me. Unfortunately, pushing any further than this gets you killed. Well, I'm streaming on Saturday, Poser. But on Discord, if you join the channel, you know, just post in the public chat who you are, if it's a different nickname, so I can give you permission. But let me do a raffle here really quick. Alright, so the winner gets to 200 coins. It is only up for 1 minute though, so you gotta be kind of quick. But yeah, my next stream will be Saturday. But just type exclamation point raffle to enter. You only can do it once as far as it counting. Which thanks a lot, Joshua. Okay, Dean, I'll give you permissions right afterwards here. But thanks again, guys, for watching. Seems like somebody is creeping up on us here.
I see the dog.
I know. Hey, look, that Camping IS7 made it out alive. Such a good player. Congratulations, Lobobo, for winning. And just the... Why don't we start another one here? So you gotta type raffle 2. To enter. We'll just do one more here. But, we tried our best, but unfortunately our whole team didn't exactly...
He's just looking at me like...
It's going to be same time Saturday as it would be Sunday. It's going to start at 7. It's probably going to go until 9 p.m. though, instead of 10. I'm gonna schedule it right after the stream here. It'll be, you know, about 2 or 3 minutes after the stream ends. It'll pop up the notification for it. She's gonna try. She already left though. But the winner for this one is Rick. Congratulations, Rick. But thanks again for watching, guys. Yeah, it was a pretty fun stream. Thank you very much again for the tank as well. Gonna have to play it some more to get an informed opinion on it, but hopefully it proves me wrong. But again, thanks for watching. Have a very nice night, and I'll see you guys Saturday instead of Sunday. But I will be scheduling that here once it allows me to in a couple minutes. But see you again, guys. Have a good one.